there is a little bit of a quirk with our... These doors lock and unlock individually for some reason. Drives me nuts.
Fantastic.
Yep. Been that way for over a year, apparently. So there is a quirk with our payroll system, which is if you are on duty when you collect your paycheck, it doesn't clock the hours that you've been on duty.
Oh.
So, like, if you've been on duty for 10 hours or something, and you go collect your paycheck, those 10 hours, I don't know if you can get them back, but just to be safe, I always clock out when I'm getting a paycheck. So go ahead and talk to this poor guy. Used to be a staff sergeant, and he got demoted down to senior. I don't know what he did. I'm like desperately curious to find out, because it must have been, he got demoted like 2.5 ranks. But talk to him and he'll sign you out. And then there's a bank right across the street.
Okay. Well, that car is not...
Yeah, that's seen better days.
Is it always like that?
No, I assume that's a recent development.
Okay.
I think only 3 banks you can go to. There's this one, there's one in Polito, and there's one on Marathon Ave in the city. But just go talk to this guy and collect your paycheck.
All right. I've earned my paycheck. And that goes to my...
To your...
direct deposit?
Yep.
Good. Perfect. All right. I'm no longer completely poor.
We don't make a lot, but probably more than $900, hopefully.
Aye, no. No, I've got 7k, so I can survive.
7k, damn. 7k in 5 days is not bad.
I mean, we've been around a lot, eh?
Yeah, but we don't make a lot.
I've also not been doing typical cop stuff. We're needing to pay for car replays.
That's a good point.
I've not been needing to pay for my own food or for vehicle maintenance and fuel.
Yeah, and gas and all that. So you could just talk to this guy, sign back on.
All right.
That way you can unlock doors and all that stuff. If you find yourself waking up in, let's say, a locked room that you need keys, you need to be on duty to get out of, just think about going on duty, like duty on.
I figured.
And you're good. Yeah.
Nikop doesn't have time for me.
I think he's on boarding. I don't know.
And with
Nikop doesn't have time for you.
He's on boarding.
That is not true.
I'm sorry to hear that, Dallas.
That is not true. I'm literally like, that is, I walked over here so that I could catch up with you specifically. That's the only reason I'm here. I would go to bed, but I want to talk to you. So don't I do have time I'm making time for you.
You know, Alice is right. The floor probably has nothing but tears on it. I can see why now. It's okay,
Jesus
Dallas.
Christ.
Tears and blood. Blood and tears.
Huh. Well, there's Nikop, Dallas. Look at that. He walked over here to see you. Your night's better now. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
And I will see you later tonight.
Yep.
Fun.
It's almost 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it's kind of late. That's why I'm going 42. And everyone here, I hope you have a great night. Okay? No more tears shed on the floor.
You too, Vinny.
Have a good night.
Yeah, I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Take care.
Good night.
Stop with the Italian discrimination.
What Italian discrimination?
You're discriminating against Italians again?
Ow.
Wait, how do I search a phone number proper?
If I was discriminating against Italians, I wouldn't let them into dispatch. Because I have that power.
What the hell?
Just copy it from the phone.
Aye, that's what I've
Paste it
done.
into the MDW.
Fuck you, Alice.
Well,
in the profiles, like go to the search bar and then go to profiles and just paste it in there.
Oh, okay, there we go. It wasn't. It showed me nothing at first, but okay. So it's Breeze saying that.
Yep. One handy thing in your MDW, if you're searching for something and nothing is showing up, but you're sure it should be, make sure you're searching in the correct category. For example, maybe you're searching for an incident report, but you're looking at investigative reports. That's one possibility.
Aye.
The other thing is if you're looking at the search screen and you hit the like little, it's next to the menu icon on the top left, the one with the little sliders.
The hamburger with pickle or with olives, I think is what
exactly,
Nash called it.
Yeah. Olives, Jesus.
She called it hamburger with olives.
Who puts hamburgers on olives? The fuck?
I'll be honest.
You know what? It might work though. I kind of fuck with that.
I'll be honest. I didn't pay attention to the part where they explained MDW dispatch.
Anyways, hit the slider one.
You should probably know that. Anyway,
Nah.
if you're searching for something and you can't find it, it's pretty likely that you have a search parameter put in here that you just need to get rid of.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, like they'll get filled in automatically a lot. Like, let's say you look on the dashboard and you go to see what reports somebody has a warrant for. That automatically puts them in the people field. And then later, if you search for something like a report or whatever, it'll only show reports that involve that person because it automatically put them in the people field. So you just got to open it and clear them out.
Okay.
Just a little tip.
Cool. Thank you.
It happens a lot. All right. You want to go drive around?
Oh, I thought you were going to bed.
Oh no, I gotta catch up with Dallas. I've been meaning to catch up for like a week now.
Sure, I'll do a wee bit of driving around.
Here, I don't care.
No, I'd love to. I've been in here for a while. I would love to drive around. Even if you.
Yeah, let's drive around a bit. I don't think I'm gonna go to any calls, but.
Sorry, I have my radio turned down for the last hour.
That's so
Smart.
valid.
Because I had to listen to the audio tapes.
Don't forget to deliver the bad news to its family.
God.
I'm sorry.
That's dark.
I did this.
Jason 3, please.
No, you're fine.
Trey, maybe you should do it. Maybe you should deliver the damn news to the dear family.
Turning it down.
Yeah, base speed 176.
Oh my god, I already had it at 0.1.
I fucking hate you so much, 3.
All right, shall we?
Sure.
Whiskey 13, 1041, 10 a.m.
Welcome aboard.
Morning.
Welcome aboard Whiskey 13.
Yeah, let's take this one.
Has anybody ever told you
Alright.
like Veronica?
There we go.
They do not sound like. They don't sound.
Oh.
Or am I thinking Brooklyn? Maybe I'm thinking Brooklyn.
Remember when I said that our valets are kind of fucky sometimes? Did it go on the street?
Having a day.
Probably not.
No, she definitely reminds me of somebody who just
It sounded like it landed behind maybe. Oh, it's over there.
Yep.
Okay, it's over here.
Aye.
Someone the other day referred to this as it being orca'd, which cracked me up.
The livery's the livery too.
Yeah, catch for the lights, delivery, all that stuff. I'm just gonna, I gotta drive it around and park it in the other lot anyway.
Okay, I'll just drive with you then.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't lock this gate, by the way. It's technically, like, it used to be part of the PD lot. Now it is a tow lot.
I was about to say about its toe.
Yeah, people lock it constantly because they're used to it. It is actually a private lot now.
Good night.
Hey, question for
there it
anybody
is.
who has an off-duty life over radio. What up?
Hey, there we go.
What's the best job to get off duty?
EMT, I would cheat.
You make decent money.
Let me back up.
Yes, you make better money than an officer.
It does a bit much apart from the occasional kidnapping, but that kind of comes with the job.
But they honestly don't kidnap the officers as much as the other employees. They tend to leave us alone. And then,
So how's it going, Dallas?
Good.
job
It's going good.
here that
How are you?
Guarantee it's not going directly to
I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good.
Yeah.
I am.
Speed 176 to 60.
It is crazy how much less I am patrolling these days.
I mean, you've been helping out with the cadet show stuff, right? So
The cadet show stuff for sure, but also just FTS and corporal and fist basically take up like 90% of my time at this point.
oh,
Which, I mean, it's not a bad thing. Like, I enjoy all of it, but it is like... there was a time not too long ago where I would go to like 15 calls a day and have a million reports to write. And now I get on duty in the morning and I look at my phone notifications, and I have a ton of notifications, but they're all from fucking group chats. And I have like maybe 3 or 4 reports instead of 15. It's crazy.
After taking 5 years to get here.
How's cadet stuff going?
good. I've got my solo eval tomorrow.
Are you nervous?
A little bit, yeah.
I think I have an idea.
See, I feel like that's crazy that I don't have any value to prepare for. I feel like it's crazy.
It's... Well, okay, first of all, it is somewhat of a new thing. Not having like the solo eval and the final and all that. It's mainly because we already know you're qualified and know what you're doing, and like, yeah, there's stuff that you still have to learn about, like
exactly how you do things here.
DW, but the rest of it, this main things that we're looking for in a solo eval, we know you already know how to do. So it was kind of a formality. Same thing with the final evals, to be honest. For cadets that have prior experience, like if there were shit they didn't know how to do, we wouldn't give them a final until they knew how to do it anyway. So it was like, what's the point in the final if we, like, in order to take the final, we have to already know that they would pass it. Like, might as well just skip it.
All right.
But that's why I say, like, you'll be fine with the solo eval. You know what you're doing. The case laws or whatever, like, if I were the one doing the solo eval, you would have to, like, really fuck up on case laws for me to have any concerns about passing you. And I know you're well beyond that point, so I wouldn't sweat that.
Okay.
The rest of it really is just foundations, like RS versus PC and, you know, levels of force and shit like that. Some scenario questions, probably, like, you know, what you would do on different scenes.
So you said that with some stuff you have to have PC instead of RS, where you usually have to only have RS?
Well,
because listen, I just know of a place I visited here in the US called Washington State, and they did something like that, and they found it was a horrible idea, and they reversed that decision after about a year of criminal ridiculousness. So
yeah, so there was a recent case law, can't remember the name of it, but it established that RS alone is not enough to compel someone to identify themselves. You have to have PC, which is crazy.
See,
I don't know what the judiciary was thinking.
in Washington, they needed PC to stop someone leaving the crime at the scene of a crime. Not RS, but PC.
Yeah, that's just insane. Like, I don't know. We'll see how long it lasts. It is case law, but it's also like
broken.
Well, you can lie as a cop. That's the thing, right? Like, hang on, sorry, one sec.
U-turn southbound 22.
Oh my goodness, Miles. Well, thank you for the raid. I appreciate that.
Like,
hi guys.
You can tell someone, give me your ID, or I'm placing you, under arrest for failure to comply with a lawful order.
Is it really legal to lie about like your actual duties though? Like that feels like super messed up.
It's a bit cheeky, but as far as I know, you can, like, you are under no obligation. Like, you're a cop. If they trust you, that's on them.
Okay, well here,
your intentions are well known, and that is to catch them at whatever shenanigans they're up to. So if they take your word for something, like, you're not a lawyer and they know that, you are their adversary. I feel like that's the mentality.
Well here's one thing, right? Okay, imagine I'm a criminal, right? And this, just to preface, this is not something I'd ever consider doing. But so I'm not even a criminal. I'm just someone, all right? And the cop asks, "Do you mind if I search you?" And I say, I'm not going to stop you if you've got your precedent to do it, but I don't consent. And they say, "Oh, I have precedent for it," and so I let them. Like, they just lied about that, Does that make sense? Like, I feel.
Did you let them? Because
but then I'd have to risk resist an arrest to stop them. That's what I'm saying,
or
like
failure to comply. So there's the way that would go down in practice is if they search you without probable cause, and let's say they find something on you, a hot gun, coke, whatever, like they find something.
The whole the poisonous tree type stuff, if they didn't have the
tree. Now here's the trick though.
Taking the for popular.
You still have to comply with them. Failure to comply.
No, there's very few states that allow legal resistance to unlawful commands and actions. That's like Virginia.
So you would have to, like, if they say, if they lie to you and say, like, I can search you because of blah, 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 because my dad said so and he's the boss, like, you still have to let them search you. You can say, I don't consent, but at the end of the day, if they are detaining you and whatever, and they give you an order, you got to listen to the order. So what would happen there is anything that came from that search obviously would be inadmissible, and you would probably sue them for I think it's Article 4 violation.
That's only if someone or yourself realizes it. If you choose to fight it, if you choose to FOIA the reports, all that. Can I FOIA the reports here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. FOIAs, it's not ambiguous, but
we're just talking about nerdy cop stuff here, guys. Thanks for stopping by.
A FOIA request if first of all, it has to go through an attorney, so you don't submit them, your lawyer does.
Oh, okay.
It'll be granted as long as you are a party to the incident, so
you have to be involved or to be like the lawyer or something.
Exactly. Yeah. You have to be a part of it somehow. So you can't just FOIA like some random
FOIA every report and then put the videos on the internet and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So the other thing is
YouTube.
You can deny a FOIA request for a few reasons. The main one that comes up is ongoing investigations. And Now, there are caveats to that. For example, let's say something happens, there are 4 suspects, you catch 2 of them, and the other 2 you write warrants for. One of the ones that you caught, you send them up, whatever, and they appeal the charges, and you still haven't caught the other 2. They're still active warrants. They can still FOIA that report. Because you arrested them, they do have a right to challenge the charges on appeal in court. And to do that, they, just for the sake of due process, they have a right to see the report, where you have the evidence for why you arrested them, what evidence you have against them. In that case, because they can still FOIA the report, you probably don't want those active warrants to be on that report, because anything FOIA'd, you can essentially treat as public information because you have no control over it anymore. Like, there's nothing saying they can't take a picture of it and post it on Twinsta. Like, they can do whatever they want. So usually what you would do is make a separate report and then add the outstanding suspects to the separate report, link the original report to that separate report, and then do it that way. So you kind of slice out the parts that you don't want to be made public that aren't relevant to the guy that you caught, and then that way you can still kind of keep it private if there's an ongoing investigation or an outstanding warrant or whatever. It's tricky. It's a huge pain in the ass, and like, I try to avoid it whenever possible, but if you like investigative stuff, you're going to be dealing with that a lot.
I don't mind it for when it's important stuff, but if it's going to be like wee petty stuff, that's when it's...
Yeah, I mean, if it's petty stuff, you just kind of you just give them the report. Make sure it's complete. Make sure you got all the statements and everything and all the evidence added. You have 72 hours to respond always. So if you need to wrangle a few people and get their statements in there, you can do that. But I would say probably more than 90% of FOIA requests are granted within the 72 hours.
All right. Oh boy, it's been a long day. It's been a fun event though. I'm glad it's over just because I'm tired. I'm glad I have the day off tomorrow. Unless I get a text that says I don't. Okay. I don't even care if I get a text. I don't get a text. Oh man. No, it's a holiday anyway, so I shouldn't. No, okay, it's a holiday. Whew. Yeah, it's like MLK Day or something. Which is it? Yeah, tomorrow's MLK Day.
So let me ask you this, Dallas. Do you feel ready for solo?
My clients are primarily like
confident, like if I
doctors and Boeing people, and they don't work those holidays regularly. So
sure.
And they typically don't need dog walkers if they're home.
I don't usually know.
Yeah. You'll be nervous for the first few times you're solo. It's kind of the whole point of being solo. Like, you get out there, you don't really know what you're doing yet.
Yeah, we got a huge raid from miles away, which big appreciation. Oh, sorry, I didn't get him a shout out.
It's why we force you to actually be solo when you're a solo cadet. Like, you're not going to be riding with anybody unless it's an FTO. Like, you want to do a session with an FTO, that's fine. You can totally do that still. But like anyone else, you won't be riding with them. And that's because we want you to figure out how to, be independent, do shit on your own. Whatever weak spots you feel like you have, figured out, sorted out.
Sorry, I got yelled at. No, you're fine. I'm not yelling at you.
To be uncomfortable. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, being solo is meant to be a little anxiety inducing, but hopefully it's not too bad.
Okay.
And just because you're solo doesn't mean you're not a cadet. We still fully expect you to fuck things up, and that's totally fine.
Terrifying, but
Look, I mean, it's just kind of the reality of things. Like, you're gonna make mistakes. People will sue you. You know, with you're like, that's just the way the world works.
What happens if you get sued in the course of doing your job? Like, what's...
Funny you should ask. We just had a court case today where that happened. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm curious. I want to see what the ruling was, if there is one. So there was a situation where Claire Alisay and Ellie Lopez, so they... Oh, it's under judicial review. Oh, that's not good. Okay, already getting distracted. Basically, Ellie Lopez and Claire Alisay were riding together. There was some situation with Osiris and Gemma Knight, and they tried to do a vehicle swap. Gemma tried to get out of the car and get on a motorcycle. The motorcycle wouldn't start. At some point, I don't know whether it was Claire or Ellie, but one of them ran into the vehicle Gemma was trying to get back into, knocked her down. She got up and pulled a gun. So guns, like, got out of the car. They pulled guns. There was a shootout. Gemma was shot down. It was a whole thing. And so Gemma Knight sued them for shooting her because they basically said they tried to kill her with their vehicle, and then she tried to defend herself, and they shot her down for it. And let's see what happened. Here we go. 37230. Gemma Knight McPherson v. Ellie Lopez et al. And the damages they're seeking are insane in this. I knew they were going to lose because Harvey Litt is
Emily, did you dump your water on your bed?
Okay, he copied and pasted the fucking requested compensation.
Emily, are you good boy?
And that's not what the award was. So he found them liable. Harvey Litt is a former defense attorney, and now he is a magistrate judge, which is basically like a judge cadet, if you will. And he is, as far as I can tell, incapable of removing himself from his defense attorney mindset and remembering that there are actually two sides to the case. There's
I feel like you ranted about this one before. I feel like you ranted about this one earlier in the week.
Yeah, it's just this guy. I sat in the court case earlier, and I was listening to the arguments back and forth, and I could just tell, like, it doesn't matter what argument the cops make, they're going to be found liable for this. Doesn't make any sense. Like, criminal commits crime, is chased by police, gets into accident, pulls gun, shoots police, and somehow the police are at fault for her getting shot. Like, of course that's how Harvey ruled. At least the award wasn't crazy. Looks like it's Ellie Lopez is liable for $3,000. Alisay is liable for $1,000. DPPD liable for $1,000. SASP liable for $3,000. and retraining for both with a focus on threat de-escalation, proper use of force, and offensive and defensive driving.
Imagine hanging out with that bozo Nikov. That's so mean. You take that back.
Is getting $8,000 out of him, which is better than the $75,000 they were asking for.
Radio check.
34.
Absolutely crazy.
1037 airport.
One here, 23.
But yeah, you'll get sued. Don't worry about it.
Really? Okay. But
yeah.
So whose pocket does that come out of? That comes out of my pocket?
Yep. So typically part of it comes out of your pocket, part of it comes out of the department. And usually it's more the department than it is for, out of your personal pocket, just because
somebody from the Lost MC took my blood earlier.
That's not reasonable. What? To charge an individual person tens of thousands of dollars.
It's the same
that's like organization money, not individual money. But yeah, part you, part the department.
Put it in a civilian report.
So is there a lot of rulings right there where the cop's justified, but they get found, like they get sued and they... I'm a wee bit concerned about that.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong to be. It's just kind of an unfortunate... The answer is no, it doesn't happen a lot. I guess what I would say is there's a great deal of inconsistency between different judges. And depending on who picks up your case and hears it, you may get screwed, you may not. Most judges are, and by most I don't mean like 99%, I mean like, let's say 6 in 10 are pretty reasonable. 4 in 10 are a little bit tougher one way or the other. Some are defense sided, some are prosecution sided, some are state sided, some are civilian sided, just kind of depends on the individual judge and their history and stuff. Joy, who's the Supreme Justice, one of the Supreme Justices, is fucking amazing. He's very, very, very good. If you have a case and Joy is hearing it, he's probably the one I would say above all others that you can be confident that whatever the ruling is, it's going to be a fair ruling and it's going to make sense.
All right.
So, but Harvey, like if let's say, someone takes me to a bench trial and Harvey picks up the case, I pretty much know how it's going to go. I can try, but it is what it is. Talia Tsukasa is another one who I already know, if she picks up the case, probably gonna lose at a bench trial.
Great.
But there are others. The justices are pretty good. Van Dorst, Huang, Dupre, they're all pretty good. There are a lot of judges. Some more active than others. Kind of depends, but that stuff
cinematic.
It's kind of, what's the saying, like, don't worry about what you can't control.
Sure.
Right? Like, it's kind of, there's nothing you can do about it. Like, the judges are the judges, so there's really no point in stressing about it. You just kind of do the best you can, and if somebody rules against you and it's a bad decision, there is a judicial review process. It doesn't have any, as far as I know, any legally binding power to it. Meaning, like, if you lose a bench trial and it's just like a really bad decision, you can have a higher judge review it, and even if they come back and say, yeah, this was a fucking terrible decision, it doesn't change the ruling. It's more just like yeah, you're not crazy, that was a bad one, kind of thing.
Well, I'm concerned about the money. I like to have a life outside of work. I want to have like a bike and stuff. I want to be able to afford things.
Yeah, you'll be fine. It doesn't happen that often, honestly.
Okay.
It sounds worse than it really is.
It sounds really bad. It sounds like, how is anyone working? That's what it sounds like.
No. They're also trying to make some changes to mitigate that a little bit, because people are a little bit too litigious right now. Like, just being blunt about it. Like, people are suing over a lot of dumb shit. The judiciary is severely backed up with cases. They just don't have time for all of these, not just civil, but like criminal cases too. And there's a murder trial from 2 months ago that still hasn't happened yet. So they're acutely aware that they
almost sounds like they should
swamped.
Almost sounds like they should be able to pre-rule stuff like being frivolous or something, like, or inconsequential or something, and stick to the stuff that's actually big, actually matters, you know, that's gonna set case law, that sort of stuff too.
Yep. So one thing they did change recently, like just last week, I think, they added filing fees for cases. So you can't just file a case for the for shits and giggles. You actually have to, put some money on the table.
Can you at least sue your opponent for recovery of that fee, or is that's just gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you can. If you win the case,
you'll get that recovered.
It's so new that I don't think any of the cases that the filing fees would apply to have been heard yet. So I don't really know necessarily how it will work, but I'm sure if you sue for a rights violation and you are, if the judge rules in your favor, I'm sure you can recover filing fees for that. And they're not huge fees, but they're just enough to make someone go, do I really care? Like, is it really worth this?
Instead of just trying to tie up the courts and the cops' times.
Yeah, exactly. You haven't had to go yet, have you, Dallas? Right, I haven't had to go. I fucking can't word right now. You haven't had to go to court yet, have you?
Nope.
You're lucky.
All the braking is so. Probably not. No.
Like where the boats are and stuff?
Nah. It's one of my favorite spots in the city. Mainly because it's right here, but nobody knows it's there. Everybody's seen it, but no one ever goes there.
Hey, Bean, there was already a report up for,
Is it like the event center up here? Aye, this one.
Right here. See? The jetty. It's just a nice spot to come chill.
I feel like this is the kind of place you pull over to do some paperwork.
Yeah, or have your lunch or whatever. Nice view. You can see the whole coastline down there. It's just a nice spot.
No, not too bad.
And yeah, for whatever reason, no one ever comes here. It's a great spot to if you need to meet someone in person to talk about something, if you got a CI or something like that, just go to the jetty. No one will know you're here.
Nice.
Motor 176 carjackings in Ilocene Island. I'm not going to Innocence Boulevard.
What time is your thing tomorrow?
Did it?
Solo eval.
8 Eastern.
Okay.
60. So it's closer.
With Vinny?
Yep.
Cool.
Speed 1 regarding as well.
And who else? Someone else was doing it with you, right?
What do you mean?
Motor 2,
is it just your? I thought there were 2 people having solo evals, or is it just you?
It's just me, as far as I know.
I think
okay. I think it was you and someone else who need them.
One of Dimog's characters got thrown off of it.
Them at the same time.
I can't remember which one.
Separately, so it must be separate.
Just don't ocean dump your instructor during the eval.
Order 223.
I'll try not
Probably
to.
not a good idea.
Boy just parked in the middle of this plaza. A couple of people just kind of.
Unless it's going real bad already, you know.
23, the 1060 is in a little soul. There's a 80s on the scene if we can get an illusion.
If you do, you know, try and brush it off like, you know, like some things can't be helped, but, you know. Like.
Copy, I'm gonna
76 little. Be aware, the driver just told me he has 7 guns on him right now.
Whoa!
Yeah, damn it, why am I...
What?
I swear, I've marked myself 10-7 like 5 times, and I keep ending up back 10-8, and I don't know how it's happening. Wait, I'm marking you 10-7 too.
Someone's probably marking you 10-8 because you're driving around.
It is.
Maybe.
They're probably like, well, he's all over the place, so...
To 76 to 37.
This is an overzealous dispatcher is what it is. I can't wait to see how Luex are on Candy.
Those damn overzealous dispatchers.
No, we wouldn't do anything like that.
Oh yeah,
she's really convincing me.
Surely not.
Did you mark him 10-8?
I did not, no.
I saw someone take a jump the other day. It's so simple, yet so clever. You go right here, and you get some speed, and you just go
right over there,
straight across this way, and you go right down Prosperity.
Goodness.
Right over those bollards. And if you're not expecting it and you're chasing them, you'll go right down here, and there's can't do anything about it. It's so annoying.
Status.
Confused.
There are a couple jumps here to the left of us, but they're not. They're the kind of jumps where as long as you do the same exact thing,
you
the
can
person
just
you're chasing does,
like go up the bottom and over the wall.
Yeah, like right here, you go to the side of the stairs like this, and you kind of hit this, and you'll clear the wall. Where else?
Someone's staring at us.
Hi.
I'm just showing him some jumps around here I've seen before.
Oh, no worries. I got confused.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I'm fine. Everybody else took off, and I hadn't seen him do anything initially, so I couldn't really do anything there.
He is driving. Oh, did you let him go?
Yeah.
Where else?
He has 7 guns on him, and he was at the scene of a carjacking while not doing anything.
And there are a couple others in like this same area that are similar. Like you just follow them, match their speed, and they're super easy.
10-4, if we see the Silver Hades again, we'll pull it.
Is that a big thing in pursuits? Like crazy jumps and stuff?
A similar local car speed off with a buffalo.
It's not too bad. Like there are some. For example, what's the best way to get over there? Go back this way.
There was. I got confused. I thought he was pulled around to talk.
There's one squeeze you'll see that, in my opinion, is absolutely crazy, but I also see people do it with relative ease a lot. So it obviously isn't as crazy as it seems.
Not chasing with us, and I turned around to look for you, and I smacked into the back of the buffalo that stuff.
It's on like the far end of the tunnel up here.
Order 276, 10-6, dock.
Do not hit traffic.
Yeah, be advised if you see that individual. He apparently has 7 guns on his person.
Yeah, right here. It's on the opposite side. So what they'll do is they'll be heading this direction, they'll stay to the right over here, and then at the very last second, and I mean the last
go
second,
right through
they
there
cut
somehow
left and go through here.
Oh,
and it's because you think you're gonna hit that that wooden post. Like, it looks like it's too narrow,
but it's
you can
not.
actually squeeze through there, and it kind of funnels you in. So if you favor the left side,
you'll just go right
it kind
in.
of forces you, and you just go right through like that.
Wow.
But I've seen people take that at like over 100 miles an hour, which, like, dog, you are crazy for that.
If I was on that 80s again,
And it's the same kind of thing where if you're not expecting it, like you haven't seen it before,
over 80 miles
and they do that, it's very difficult to recover. And a lot of the times what they'll do, if it takes you a second to recover, they'll pull off right here and just like, boom, stop right here. And you'll drive right past them. It's so annoying.
Appreciate you. 80s.
Where else? There are some little like
Hades
squeezes and things in here. Like, I have lost so many cars just going through this garage, because what happens is when you go, especially coming from this direction, you go in here, and if they've got a little bit of distance on you, they go over the hill in front of us onto the other side, and then you can't see which direction they turn. So like, you're trying to follow them, but unless you're right on their ass, they can go left, right, or straight. Like, I've seen people go straight before, and kind of like tuck in up here. Well, maybe not in an illusion, but like a smaller car, or they can like squeeze through that gap up here. Like,
come on board.
Yeah, they can't go far, but they don't really have to. They just wait for you to not notice them, and then they back out and leave.
Goodness.
Yep.
No, I don't mind 80s if they're not with supercars that go really fast and last for hours with lots of swaps. Hard.
Yeah, we don't really. It doesn't really happen here. Oh, while I'm here. Speaking of swaps, common swap spot right down here, or
Did he just try and bribe you?
specifically right here. I see cars here all the time.
I've left something there for a swap before.
On La Puerta, and they'll take that transition road to go either off to Palomino or onto Del Perro Freeway, but they stop
and they'll jump
to the
down
left of us and jump down to a car that's waiting right here, and then they just got on. And by the time
you realize what's going on,
they get in a car here, you can't. There's no way to get here. Like, there's just, you're just screwed. There's nothing you can do. You could try to back up and get on this transition road, but it's usually, they're long gone by then.
Yeah, he's taking off.
Well, that's close enough. I heard their sirens.
Northbound Meteor Street, incorrect lanes.
Where are they? Oh, there they are.
Oh yeah, I heard them. Oh, he's taking off and I heard the sirens immediately.
Yeah.
They're right up there.
Left, westbound Vinewood. Left, southbound Power.
All right, I'm going back up to the county, and I'm going to bed.
I think that's I'm gonna go to bed too.
More, that would be great, considering this guy said he has 7 guns on him.
Dallas, you want to ride for a little bit tomorrow before your solo eval?
Sure.
You know when you're going to be around? You said the solo's at 8 Eastern?
Eastern, yeah, because I have a dentist appointment before that I forgot about, because it was going to be earlier, but I had to get a push.
Man, I want a nice cheeseburger. That'd be nice.
In the morning time.
226 RPM switch.
Right.
The dentist appointment's at 6 Eastern, so.
Cool. Well, I'll be around.
Sorry?
Oh, hell yeah, thank you.
As per usual. And yeah, we just go through and get you warmed up and all that stuff.
Southbound, Palomino.
I think you'll find once you are solo, like in my opinion, that's where you you actually get to be a cop, if that makes sense. Like you get to be a cop as soon as you're a cadet, but like you're kind of bound by your the constraints of waiting for an FTO, and like you're not you're not really free to do what you want. I mean, you are. Like anytime I take cadets out, I'm like, listen, dog, like we're doing whatever you want to do. You want to go to a call, we're going to a call. You want to do a pursuit, we'll do a pursuit. But it's still, it's just not the same as when you are just like, you could just drive somewhere and just chill in your car for a little bit. Yep. Sit and do traffic on a highway for a while, you know, whatever you want. And I think you'll have a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Since we're here,
I
always see this car here. I love this car. I think I'm gonna buy one.
Oh, a Mesa?
A Mesa Mercenary.
Oh, nice.
It's the one that's like, it looks like a fucking like safari Jeep kind of. Like it's got the snorkel on it and stuff. Like I don't know. I just think this thing is so cool.
You know, you can actually like take it in the water pretty deep because of the snorkel, right?
That's so sick.
Yeah.
How much do vehicles like that tend to run around here?
They're not crazy. I think that one is, God, what was it? 29,000, I want to say.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
Something like that. Like the most expensive cars at PDM right now are, there's one motorcycle, the Diabolus, which is never in stock, and that is 78 grand.
Oh boy.
But that is by far the most expensive thing they sell. Most cars are I would say sub 30,000, many sub 20,000.
I want a motorbike, but I don't want it to be a piece of trash. So.
Yeah. So, let me see. I mean, I can show you my motorcycle.
That's alright. It's late tonight, so.
That much. I mean, it's literally right here.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have the keys on me. It might be parked there. I don't know. It was. Do you remember, Dallas, how much the Akuma is?
The Akuma is like, shit, I literally just looked at it because I wanted one. It's like 21 or 23. I think 21.
I don't see it up here.
You might need to... is that it, Beck? No,
I saw a bike behind us, but I don't know kind of what it looks like, so... There's one there.
The one on the right's a BF 400.
About the one behind us.
This thing right here is ridiculous. It's not even that expensive, but at least when they first released it, you could do a wheelie at 120 miles an hour.
Oh my.
It was insane.
What about that one right there?
To our left here, I forget what that one's called. I'm not great with bikes or cars for that matter, like the names of them. But a bike like that is not super expensive. Honestly, like if you're on duty consistently for a few weeks, like you could easily afford one of those.
I think most bikes
not
are
even that long.
20 and 30.
Yeah, probably. I think the Akuma, I want to say it was 23 listed. I paid out the door 19, I think.
Yeah, you get a pretty good discount for buying from
There we go.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so this one was 23 grand sticker, taxes and everything out the door from a salesperson was 19 and change. And it's fun. It's the top speed isn't crazy. I think it tops at around 105 maybe, but it's got good acceleration, handles really well, brakes really well. It's fun.
All right.
You can get it over 105. Not that I would
can.
know. Not that I would know.
Not that you would know. Yeah, it's not a Kuroi. It's the baby brother of the Kuroi. The Kuroi is 50 grand. Used to be 35. Now it's 50. A bunch of prices went up recently, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I don't know. They're out there. They're not crazy expensive. At least not yet. Who knows what kind of mayhem they're going to import eventually once they clear the pirates out of the ocean.
What, pirates?
Yeah, there are a bunch of like... there are a bunch of pirates off the coast, and there have been a few occasions recently where... Not recently, like last few months, let's say, where we tried to import like new firearms or new tactical equipment, and it gets intercepted by fucking pirates and washes ashore, and then obviously these dirty, filthy fucking criminals find out about it and they try to grab the stuff before we can get it. It's just a big old mess. So I don't know what they're doing about the pirates, but hopefully at some point in the near future they'll be able to clear them out, and then we'll actually be able to import stuff.
Well, that'd be nice.
Yep.
10-4.
Alright, I'm gonna go find those bunk beds and crash.
Yep.
Shit, they're back.
We're back.
Good night.
Oh my god, what are you doing to your spine?
Oh man, guys, that was a long day. I thought I saw the bunk beds down here. Are they down there? Down here. They're down here. Hush, puppy.